Greetings everyone, my name is Western Ninja 11 and today we're going to take a look at two Disney Pixar cars on the road mini racers. Those being the metallic Roadtrip Lightning McQueen as well as Ivy. Now I'm not entirely sure if this Ivy here is the regular version or if it's a metallic variation of sorts, because in the back of the box it just says Ivy, but I remember in the show, I know the 155 scale version of Ivy isn't metallic, so this might be a variation, and then this just might be some kind of error on this release, but I'm not entirely sure. Of course, the McQueen here is the metallic one you can see in the back. So yeah, before we get these out the box, let's take a quick look at their packaging. There's a clear see-through blister where you can see the vehicles inside. You have the Mattel logo, and it says that it's for ages 3 and up. You have the Mini Racers logo down here. We have a warning about this being a choking hazard. We have an image of McQueen and Mater from Cars on the Road. There's a logo up here stating that the vehicle was made of metal. And you can see the white area is designed to look like a map. And we have the Disney Pixar Cars on the Road logo up on the side here. And on the back of the box, not a lot to say. We got a prototype image of the vehicle and its name in multiple languages. And we also have the Mini Racers logo up here. And that's about it for the packaging. And for Ivy, it's the same thing, but with her prototype image and her name in different languages. So yeah, now without further ado, let's crack these guys open. And here they are out of the packaging. Now then, let's get on to their appearances in Cars on the Road. Now this paint scheme, or this variation McQueen specifically, as in the Roadtrip version, like him being metallic was not on the show of course, this paint scheme was on McQueen during the majority of the show, like in the very beginning, on the very first episode. He had his regular Cars 3 color scheme, and then he changed it to this Roadtrip color scheme. Except it wasn't metallic, of course. And as for Ivy, she appeared around the 4th or 5th episode, I'm pretty sure. She was all mossy and such, and afterwards, after he met McQueen and Mater, they took her to the car wash and cleaned her up, and that's when she looked like this, or not entirely sure if she had the flames at that point in time. I think she might have only gotten those flames after she became part of the circus. I'm not entirely sure. Or was it before? Yeah, after the circus. I don't know. I think that's when she got the flames, but I'm not entirely sure. For releases, in terms of the mini races, these are the very first releases of these dudes, except they are also available in the blind boxes, of course. So yeah. Now let's dive into the review of these dudes. Okay, McQueen here, you can see he has a happy expression with red eyelids and blue eyes. He has his 2 headlights. On this hood you can see this logo on here. I'm not entirely sure what. I think it depicts Billy's Butte. And he has 4 little rivets on his hood. On the side, he has number 95, along with a lightning bolt, which goes from being a lightning bolt to basically fading into the back of him, like turning red, essentially. He has red rims of black Lightyear tires. He also has 2 exhaust pipes on either side. He has a gas cap on this side. You can see he has windows all around him. And his back window has 3 window bars. On his roof, you can see he has 2 roof lamps. And the back here just has the tail lights and the number 95 here. And he also has 5 silver little bars on his spoiler. And aside from that, he's just completely red, essentially. And you can see his chassis as well. And now let's get on to Ivy. On the front, she also has a happy expression. And she actually has a yellow outline around her eye section of her eyelids and such. She has two yellow headlights. She has a grill, but it's not painted. I assume it's because she's female, and a female having a mustache would be kind of weird, because the grills are essentially mustaches in the Cars universe. You can see she has a couple of flames going along her side. She has this nice metallic blue color. She also has a couple lights on her roof, which are separately applied and are made of plastic. She also has two windows on either side, with two doors on either side. She has a pretty big monster truck tires with gray rims, which also have a little goldish looking yellow outline. On the back here you can see she has two tail lights. Oops. And there's also this, I'm not entirely sure what this part here of a car is called, but it's made of plastic and is yellow. It's in a little flatbed in the back. And as you can see, she has a pretty decent looking suspension with exhaust pipes being right here on both sides. And the chassis is also this gold looking color, which is cool and quite unique. And she is also the very first and currently only monster truck in the Mini Racers line. Now I have brought out a couple of cars for comparisons, however I do not have the 155 scale diecasts of either of these characters, sadly. Let's start off with the comparisons for Mcqueen. I only brought out two different versions of Mcqueen. I brought out this XRS version mostly because this is the only other Mcqueen that I have, which has the Cars 1 body shape that has the Lightyear tires painted. Although you can see here that the rims changed quite a bit throughout the years. You can see the Lightyear writing is much bigger on this Mcqueen than on this one. You can see that. As well as the entire mold for the wheels are different. And the other Mcqueen that I brought out to compare this one to is the this was the XRS version. This is the Rusty's Racing Center version of Mcqueen. And as you can see, the paints that they used hasn't really changed that much. But yeah, and the texture looks a bit different on this Mcqueen for some reason. And the gold is also a bit of a different color. But yeah, these two Mcqueen designs are definitely a bit similar. So it's interesting to see. Now for the cars that I brought out to compare to Ivy, I brought out the metallic Dinoco Cowweathers and metallic Dinoco Chick-Hicks. Mostly because just to compare the colors really. And yeah, as you can see, these are two different shades of metallic blue. Ivy is a bit of a lighter color than the Chicken Cow, as you can see there. So I brought these two out anyways. And I also brought out some other bigger cars in the Mini Racer line, like here we have RV and Miss Fritter. You can see Ivy is a bit taller than these two, mostly thanks to her lights on the top. And the other two that I brought out for this comparison are the two dinosaurs from the Mini Racer line. And yeah, thanks to the spikes, they are basically the same size as Ivy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little review of mine, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.